Hello, crazy crew. So, it's been a while, guys. How are we doing today? So, today I think we're just going to start off with a quick speed paint. Now, the speed paint in question is actually a tribute to the play by, I hope I say this right. I can't even pronounce the guy's name, but it's from the Broadway musical Hamilton. And it's a tribute to, of course, the titular Alexander Hamilton from the Broadway play Hamilton, based off the actual person. Man, that's a mouthful, huh? So I'm just gonna sort of let the footage roll, and we're just gonna have a real chill time, I guess. So, yeah, as you can probably tell, as of recording, it is no longer July 4th. I had originally recorded this and actually got the picture drawn for July 4th, and you can see it on my Instagram. But as you can see, it's August, so clearly I need to work on my timing. But yeah, sort of the idea was I kind of wanted to just practice a bit and sort of just pull up an old picture I did. I would say I probably drew this around 2018, maybe? Anyways, so, yeah, as you can see, just sort of filling it in a bit. But let's talk about the actual play for a bit, I guess, since, I'm drawing it. Now, the play Alexander Hamilton is based off the historical person, Alexander Hamilton. You could have a whole talk about whether or not it's okay to sort of modernize these people from our past and the merits therein. But I think that any attempt to sort of make the past interesting or make educational stuff interesting for a younger audience or just in general is usually pretty useful. So you have things like National Treasure that also attempts to make history more interesting for its audience. And if nothing less, I think that things like that can at least spark an interest in people. So, to me, it's not so much about these sorts of things being historically accurate, so much as just getting people excited about something. And then hopefully they'll find out the actual historical context behind it. But as for the actual play in itself, it's a Broadway play, mainly with more hip-hop tones, some rap verses, freeform rap, I would say, verses, and it really attempts to kind of sell the sort of attitude of the revolution, the American Revolution, in a context that modern people would understand. So there's a lot of rap, there's a real rebellious sort of tone to it. When it has the revolution period, it has a certain way of breaking down the historical context to make it more interesting. I mean, if you were being completely historically accurate, there would be a lot more old-timey language and stuff like that, I'm sure. But in this way, they managed to make it more relatable. By sort of having this rap sort of attitude, they kind of make the play more accessible to modern audiences. And as you can tell from the popularity, it goes a long way in sort of determining that. Okay, so going to the drawing here. I'm still learning, guys. I'm still learning how to draw myself, so please bear with me. And I'm still trying to learn how to make the best sort of art I can. Hopefully, I'll be able to come out with a more... I hope that at some point I'll be skilled enough to actually teach, like, some of my drawing methods. If you guys would like to see, like, sort of those videos, like, more in-depth how to draw videos, please let me know down in the comments below. But for now, I just kind of let the credits roll and just kind of speak over it for now. So yeah, just kind of filling it in. Oh, you see how my Alexander's holding the pen. I wanted to kind of give him this cocky yet elegant pose, but for the life of me, I couldn't figure out how to get the hands right. Even though this was drawn in 2018. I would say my skills with drawing hands is about the same, so yeah, drawing hands I still need a lot of practice in. Drawing hands is like just the bane of most beginner artists' existence, I think. And yeah, there really is no way to go around it. The best thing to do is to practice. But drawing hands is very important. It's an important part of anatomy. Hands are very integral to people. People do so much with their hands. And it is kind of important to kind of understand that. One thing that a lot of beginner artists will do is they will try and either hide the hands like behind the back, put hands in pockets when drawing people. And I would say that when you're beginning, that's actually not bad because you're it's more important to get the overall form and just get used to drawing. But if you do want to improve as an artist, you will need to confront that fear of hands head on. You'll need to practice it. And as you can see, like, I'm still learning how to draw hands, so I'm kind of talking I'm talking from experience, but I'm also talking to myself here, like, you need to draw more hands, pretty much. Yeah, hands are just notoriously hard to draw. It can be really hard to, like, right here, I'm trying to make it look like he's kind of holding his, the sleeve of his suit coat thing. And it kind of comes across it's a little cartoony, and it doesn't, I think it kind of matches it because you can kind of see the fingers overlapping it. Oh, that's another thing to consider when drawing, how you convey depth, because a drawing is a flat image, but what's cool about drawing is you can make it look like it has depth, and that's what you get called 3D drawing. So, yeah, that's another thing I'm struggling to sort of understand myself, how to convey depth. But there are tricks, and most people, I think, you can kind of get an intuitive understanding once you just start drawing enough. So, yeah, kind of filling in the key code right here. I'm currently using blue as sort of my sketching color. I prefer blue. It's nice on the eyes, and it doesn't seem as permanent or intimidating as just a pure black pen. So I like using a nice light colored blue, and yeah, for the pen. And then I can always just go in and color it black later. Since I'm still learning, I still have trouble with my pen width. God, if I could find the perfect pen width, that would be the perfect Christmas present. That's all I want for Christmas, a perfect pen width. But that's also kind of an excuse. The pen width is not going to suddenly make everything super easy. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. It all comes down to your skill. A skilled drawer could make the most beautiful, elaborate pictures using only a mouse. The most skilled artist could probably draw something amazing, like using straws in, I don't know, sushi or something, I don't know. But what I'm trying to say is it's partially skill. Yes, the tools can help, and yes, it might have some effect, but it all comes down to skill, which all comes down to practice. Bruce Lee, the martial artist and philosopher, once said that, and I hope I'm quoting this right here, he did not fear the man who practiced kicks. He did not fear the man who threw 1,000 kicks, but he feared the man who practiced the same kick 1,000 times. And what he's basically getting at is that when you practice something, one particular thing, to such an extent, it becomes something you're really good at. And sort of going based off that, as myself as an artist, I can often feel like, getting a little personal here, guys, a little personal here. one of my biggest insecurities is sort of looking at other artists and going, oh man, like look how talented that person is, especially if I know that that artist might be younger than me. And that's my own insecurities talking. But everybody has their own pace and everybody has their own like skill set. But what I think is important to keep in mind is that you can overcome raw talent through hard work. Like somebody who has raw talent, and let's say there's two people who play basketball. One person is really talented as a kid, and one person just has no talent at all. And let's say the person with no talent, like, they just coast off their talent and they never go to practice or whatever. Meanwhile, the person who has like no talent, they keep going to practice, they're grinding, they wake up like every morning and they're like shooting baskets and stuff, trying to get that. And what you'll notice is that the person who was putting in the hard work, they gradually start to improve little by little, because what they're doing is they're training their body. They're gaining that talent. They're gaining that ability. While the person who had talent, they just kind of stagnate. So eventually what ends up happening is the person who put in the hard work would have a better understanding of the actual game, would have a better understanding of the fundamentals, and would have a better understanding of what they need to work with. Whereas the person who just had raw talent, they were just relying on their natural set of skills. And they never thought that they had to improve, so they never tried to. And this is something that you'll often see in all sorts of media. The talented prodigy versus the underdog. Some media I could name right off the bat would be Goku versus Vegeta in Dragon Ball. Now, Goku in the Saiyan saga was often regarded as talentless. He was not talented. He was not talented per se. He was talented for an Earthling, but not talented for his own species. Whereas Vegeta was considered the most talented of his kind. But what happened is Goku put in the work, he put in the effort, he put in the push-ups, he put in the talent, and he overcame that talent difference through sheer hard work. So if nothing, guys, what I'm trying to say is that even if you're not great at something now, if you put in the work and you put in the time, and you genuinely try to understand whatever goal you're trying to achieve, whether it be animation, drawing, math, school, whatever, you will see improvement. But you have to put in the time and understand truly what you're doing. You can't just mindlessly do push-ups. Like, you can do push-ups till the sun sets, but if you're not doing push-ups right, then you won't get any gains. So it's really about doing the thing you want to do right and doing it a lot, and you'll improve. I'm sort of saying this both to you guys and to myself. We'll see if this actually pans out. We'll look back on this video in 2 years and be like, well, let's see if all that nonsense he was spouting actually paid off. Anyways, yeah, going back to the picture, I also kept the background tone sort of the paper color because I figured it kind of fit the aesthetic of Alexander. I gave him like a feather quill. I think the feather is relatively fine, I guess. Again, like, I didn't really understand how hands work. I don't know, maybe I should try and redo this at some point. So, yeah, I've talked about Alexander. Hopefully I gave a semi-decent review of the play before I started rambling about talent versus no talent and all the other stuff. But yeah, Alexander Hamilton really is an interesting play to go see, and I recommend go watching it, guys, if you can. You could probably find the album too on YouTube or such. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. Hope to get more of these speed paints out. And till the sun rises, again, my crazy crew, stay gold.